I am so excited I finally got around to making a figure for the Amazing Digital Circus. It is so awesome to see yet another indie animated show pop off so hard. Like all of you, I've been waiting very patiently for the next episode of the Amazing Digital Circus. And, I'm not upset about it. I'm here for the quality, but I am a fiend for content. So I'm always here looking for fresh new content for my favorite stuff. I actually found some really cool music that's Amazing Digital Circus themed. Not through my own research, of course. Spotify blessed me with Jack's Toy and Gesture. I highly recommend both of them because they both slap super hard. We've got some super fun new announcements for the show. They just announced that they're gonna have a manga or a comic book. I'm not sure if it's Japanese. It looks Japanese. Either way, it's gonna be awesome, and I really look forward to the translation. The Amazing Digital Circus is also coming to Netflix, which is awesome, because that means more advertisement, more eyes on the show, and it's still going to be on YouTube for free. So that's pretty cool. Good for them. Happy to see them getting recognized and making more money. And of course, we were blessed with a brand new episode recently. I had actually already written this script for this video, and then the brand new episode dropped, and I decided I was going to wait to watch the new episode so I could talk about it. Every time a new episode gets out, I get so excited to get back into the lore and learn more about the world and read all about the theories and what people speculate and what people think is going to happen. Ooh. I know Jax is a really sore spot in the community right now because everybody hates him because he turned out to be a jerk. But I kind of like him because he's a jerk. He's one of the more interesting characters, and I can't wait to figure out more about him as a person, or even if he is a person, maybe he's just an awful thing. Ooh, mystery. I read somewhere that the Amazing Digital Circus was potentially inspired by I Have No Mouth But I Must Scream. So I looked into it, and oh my lord, is that a nightmare. What a terrifying deep dive that was. I highly recommend it, just because it's really fascinating. But it is not for the faint of heart. It is disturbing. So be warned, it is a messed up read. I was a little disappointed that this episode wasn't super Halloween themed. It's definitely scary, but let's be honest, I'm being a little selfish. I just really wanted to see them in cute little Halloween outfits. I could always put them in my own little outfits. Could you imagine Pomni as a super awkward little Pennywise? How cute. I love how the whole episode kind of felt like one of those video games that you would see in a 3 Scary Games video. It had the same great spooky vibe to it, and conveniently placed recorders with very important pieces of lore. Also, I'm always super down for a Haunted Mansion episode. It should happen more often. Learning more about Kinger's backstory and where the story went in the episode overall really made me think about the story of Orpheus and his wife. It's a Greek myth about a man who loses his wife, and he becomes unable to let go of his wife now that she's passed. So he journeys to the underworld to try and save her. Hades agrees to let Orpheus take his wife back, as long as he walks all the way back to the surface without looking back at his wife. Unfortunately, Orpheus can't help himself and he turns back too soon, and his wife gets dragged back to the underworld. Orpheus, still unable to move on, eventually dies of grief to be reunited with his wife. If I remember right, the story is supposed to be about not holding on to grief and your past because it will be the end of you. It's a very tragic story. It might be a bit of a stretch. Maybe I'm just kind of pairing similarities together, but I do feel like there is some correlation between this story and this episode about Kinger and his past. It's a possibility that Kane is actually intentionally making it so that Kinger can't remember his wife or the things that happened between them, so that he doesn't go insane like his wife did. But then again, that would also imply that Kane's the one in charge. But who knows? Learning more about Kinger just gets me excited for more of the world and the characters. We're getting this little drip feed of lore and I'm dying of thirst. I thought it was a pretty funny little gag to make Pomni's eyes pop out during this episode. It also may have something to do with this figure I'm currently working on. I had no idea that was going to happen during this episode. I just did it because I thought it was funny. I'm glad I'm not the only one that thought it was a funny little gag. I didn't just want to make any figure for the Amazing Digital Circus, I wanted to have an extra layer of silliness, and this figure definitely has that vision to it. I'm not just randomly standing this figure here. I have a very intentional reason, but that's a spoiler. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. As always, if you're ever interested in any of my models, make sure to check out my Cults 3D, where you can pick up lots of my models. Let me know all your favorite things about the Amazing Digital Circus. I want to hear some lore. I want to hear some opinions. I want to hear some theories on the new episode in the comments. If you don't want to miss the print of this figure and what I plan on doing with it, make sure to like and subscribe. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye bye.